So obviously, as a small business, the best way of making money is to diversify your income streams. So I do that by having a large product line where I have, like 30 some different types of scents. I have candles in 3 different sizes, I have wax melts, and I have reed diffusers. But how do I actually sell those products? So first, I sell at craft shows. So the main way that I make most of my money in Cats & Co. is I vend at craft shows. In this case, I'm outside. It's a lovely day out. But yeah, I do a couple of these a month. I do anywhere from 2 to sometimes 8 or 9 in a month, depending on the season and depending on how many shows are available in my area and, how good I'm feeling, because unfortunately this is the hard part of business. This is a very active way to make money, and you have to be on for 8 hours a day, and it's normally an hour each way driving, so it's just kind of a lot in general. But it is the main way that I make money. I really enjoy craft shows, and I think that you all should go out and shop at a local craft show, because there's tons of small businesses in this one. I believe there's anywhere from 20 to 30 in this particular show. Many locations have stuff happening multiple times a year that you'll see the same vendors at. And yeah, craft shows are a great way to find new small businesses and shop small, and it is a great way, if you are a small business, to start upping your income. It's really fun to go out and just meet the local community and sell at these shows. Here is my setup and my mom in the background who helps me out at these shows. I have these medium candles open once the show starts to kind of let people smell. And then I have my sign in the background, and I'm playing with having some more flower details. I am working on updating my setup, so this is not what my area will look like for long, but this is what my area looks like now. Second, I have my products in a local physical market called Belleville Market, which is, relatively close to where I live, and I stock a limited selection of products in their product lineup as part of like a consignment type selling experience. So basically, I stock my products there. I don't pay anything to stock my products in the store, and they get 40% of all of my sales in that store. So that's kind of how that works. But of course, I don't have to worry about sales tax. I don't have to worry about marketing. I don't have to worry about, actually getting people in the door for this type of selling environment. So it's really limited, low work on my part. And for me, stuff like that is really important for as I expand my business, stuff like that's really important, of having places that I can sell my products at that I don't have to be there constantly to sell products like at a craft show. Craft shows, I have to put a lot of energy in, and I generally need a day to recover, if not more, after them, and it's really hard for me to be productive the next day. However, if I'm selling at Belleville Market, I don't have to be there. It just sells, and it's really nice. Now, obviously, I don't make as much there as I do at craft shows, but it is definitely still an awesome way for me to make money, and something that I'm looking at getting into more different venues similar to Belleville, to continue upping how much I make from that consignment type of business. The next way that I make money is actually through my website. So on my website, I don't get a lot of visitors. I have all of my products listed. I have, candle bundles. I have all of my seasonal stuff listed all the time. And basically, I just have a lot more on my website than I have at craft shows or in Belleville. And so on my website, you can sort by candles, and then you can look for specific seasons. So say if you wanted to get spring candles, I have all 3 of my spring candles here, and I also have a spring candle bundle. So a bundle is basically a discounted way to get more products. I also have wax melts on here. And as you can see, I'm kind of slowly updating my photos on my website. And that kind of is a good transition into my next way that I make money, or hopefully will start making money soon. So the next way that I plan on starting to make money through soon is actually by listing my products on a wholesale website called Faire. Faire is a website that other businesses go to buy wholesale products. So wholesale is basically me selling bulk quantities at a limited price for other businesses to buy from me and then sell at their locations. So this is similar to consignment, but instead of it being I don't get paid until my product sells, I put out a bulk shipment and I get paid immediately, and then it slowly sells, and then the business owner that bought from me slowly recoups the money that they spent and makes a profit on my products. So I don't have a fair store yet, but I'm working on it. Something that you'll notice on my website is that none of my product photography is consistent, and that is something that I am working on changing. I am slowly migrating over to a new photography style, but I've been at college for 2 years, so I haven't really been able to make too much progress on changing that photography because my mom is my photographer. So I have to find a time when she's available and when I'm available and we don't have crazy stuff going on, to really spend like 2 or 3 days just taking photos. So that is something that I hope to have up and ready by the end of the summer, is having my products listed on Faire as well. Also, lastly, another place that I am not making money quite yet, but I hope to as well at some point, is this, through YouTube. This is definitely not a consistent way to make money. It is highly viewer dependent. I'm obviously not making any money yet, considering my subscriber count is pitiful and my watch hours are worse. But it is something that I hope to make money on in the future, and I'm very patient with it. I know that growth takes time, and something like this, making money off of YouTube, is frankly a crazy goal to have because most people never achieve that. But I don't know, I'm confident that I make good products and candles, and I really enjoy having fun and filming, so I hope that you guys are having fun with me. But yeah, overall, there are so many different ways that you can make money through candles and through businesses in general, and my best advice is just diversify your product line, diversify how you make money, and make it so that you can make money without doing work like constantly. So craft shows are a great way to make a bunch of money quickly, but having a more calm environment where, like a website where people can make a purchase for say $50 and I'll ship it out. I didn't have to do anything to get them to buy it. I didn't have to sit there for 8 hours in the sun. You know, I didn't have to spend an hour driving there, spend an hour driving back, spend an hour setting up, spend an hour taking down. I didn't have to do any of that. I just had it on my website and they bought it. And same thing with having in a consignment store or selling wholesale. I have to do much less physical, like active work, and a lot more passive work, where obviously there's still a lot of work going on in the actual making process, but there's not as much active selling time. And that's something that I'm really working on, moving my income and having more passive forms of income than active forms of income. Because frankly, as I know that my body is not in its best possible ability to do things like craft shows. It is a very physically intense process to do. I just know that that's not sustainable for us, and we definitely can't continue doing it at the rate that we were before college. Before college, as you saw earlier in the video, I was doing like 7, 8, 9 shows a month. Basically, 8 to 10 months out of the year. And that is just not something that I can physically do anymore. Even though I am still young, I have some other things going on in my life that it's just not possible for me to do that level of shows anymore. So I'm really working on making sure that I can still make money while not being at as many craft shows. So yeah, if you are interested in finding me in person at a craft show locally, follow me on Instagram or Facebook. I post all of my shows there. I'm not doing too many this summer just because, as I said before, physically not the best, but I will be doing quite a few in the fall. And if you have any shows that you would like to see me at in the Eastern PA, Western New Jersey area, specifically around like north of Philly, I would really appreciate you leaving those in the comments, and I will look into doing them for you. Okay, overall, I hope you enjoyed the video. Do all those YouTube things like subscribe, comment, share with your friends, all those fun things, and I will see you next week. Bye!